My name is Jacob, and I'm a resident of a small rural town called Woodbury, right in the heart of nowhere, USA. What I'm about to tell you probably wouldn't believe, so I guess it's better you see it for yourself. The year was 1988, and good old Woodbury has always been a peaceful place to live, and a total shithole. There's more meth running through this town than there is dirt, and there's a lot of dirt. It was early in the morning, 12:30 p.m., when I woke up and sat at my kitchen table, sipping my coffee and flipping through the channels on my TV. I came across a few news stations talking about a strange fungus or something that was causing people to become violent, they said. I thought it was just another overblown news story, so decided to get dressed and go to work. My 1980 Firebird, Maggie, was in the shop, so I had to hoof it to work at the general store. But it was only a couple miles down the road. I noticed strange behavior from my neighbor, Mrs. Johnson. She was always a little eccentric, but that day she was acting even stranger than usual. I arrived at work and the store was starting to get busy. I work at the deli, the highlight of anybody's career. People were coming in, buying supplies, and talking about the same strange fungus that was being reported on the news.
Hey, Jacob, that Firebird getting fixed yet? You must have had one hell of a weekend with that thing from what Gus was telling me. He said you blew a gasket going 100 down Cherry Street.
Now, why are you listening to Gus, out of all people? The guy lives in his body shop with his mama. Hey, do me a favor and don't tell Sheriff Jones if you see him.
Chuck! Chuck! Ground, Chuck!
Oh, sorry, Mr. P. Coming right up. It was Gus, letting me know Maggie was ready for pickup. After work, I headed to the body shop. Yet again, I took a stroll, except by around then, there was no one around. But I did hear that tornado alarm. I guess it's Friday. Now, Gus is a big guy, and always joking and smiling. And we always tease him because he's got a much higher voice than his body would tell you. But he was clearly bothered by something. He had a bandage on his arm that was bleeding through. And then he was talking about how a
meth head neighbor had been tweaking out on me. It's all right, though. I got rid of him.
Yeah, that sounds about right in this town. Well, what do I owe you?
$225. All right, well, here she is.
Oh, yeah, that's right, baby. Now my day was starting to turn around. But little did I know it was turning around the opposite direction. That's when I saw my neighbor again, Mrs. Johnson, standing in the middle of the road. She looked lost and high as hell. Patty, I'm sure you got really good shit this time, but can you please stay out of the road? You're going to get yourself busted if you stay out here much longer acting like that. She didn't say a word, but she snapped her head at me real quick, and I'm pretty sure something cracked when she did. And then she started projectile vomiting right at me. Oh, hell, Patty. What the hell is wrong with you today? Ugh. She started moving towards me, and was moving quickly, too. I didn't know what was happening, but I knew I needed to get out of there. I just got this thing fixed. Last thing I need is Mrs. Johnson getting meth puke all over my Maggie. I tried driving past her, but she grabbed the opening of the door and was trying to bite at me, so I just floored it. Jesus! Let go, Patty! This isn't gonna end well! I slammed on my brakes, and she flew into a parked car. She had to be dead for sure. Nope, not dead. Just then a fighter jet flew real low over town. Maybe Patty wasn't hopped up. Something was definitely going on. I headed straight over to Gus's to let him know that shit was going down. I had to dodge people running frantically in the street. When I got inside, there was no one around. Well, until I heard crying coming from the lower level. I slowly walked down, and there he was. Looked frightened. Well, somewhat relieved, clenching a small wrench as a weapon.
Jacob, thank God you're here. The whole damn town is going nuts. Woodbury got a bad batch or something.
I don't think that's it this time.
I had to lock Carl in the utility room. He kept biting at me and puking everywhere. God, the smell!
Yeah, I'm gonna say we should probably go somewhere about now. I don't know what's going on, but we need to go and find out. Unless you want to stay here with Carl.
Ah, fuck Carl. Let's go.
We made it to the downtown area, which was still a small 3-square-mile area. As soon as we got there, though, we knew that things had gone from bad to hell in a handbasket.